for the YouTube, for YouTube. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm in on YouTube now. So if Facebook, yes. Hey, Chester. Hey, cuz, how you doing? I know. Are you coming in for the funeral? You're not gonna be able to. Oh, I know. Yeah, y'all got to do this whole chatted up thing before we do. Cousin, I didn't get a chance to call your uncle. I didn't get a chance to call him. Um, Daryl. I didn't get a chance to call Daryl Chester. So if you could reach out to to Daryl, if you have another number, I don't think he has my other number. Then please do so and let him know about Uncle Roy. Look at that. See, this is how we connect, y'all. This is how we connect. This is how we connect. I'm on live, y'all. Finally there, y'all. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yep. I'm gonna send in for my greetings. It should have been titled in for 11:30. So my apologies, you all. That was the time frame that we initially had set in because I had some early morning matters to take care of. Okay, so whoever is tuning in to the YouTube, just know that I'm in on my, it is in as Dr. Chef Felicia in Wellness Channel is what is in on YouTube. It's free. Like and subscribe. YouTube don't mess up you all. Facebook do freeze. Hey, cousin Chino, how you doing? Angela, hey, Angela. My classmate. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, still in the land of living, you all. But yet, see how Facebook do me? It won't even show me that all you guys are tuned in. However, if you guys respond and you say something, a lot of times then I can see who's down there and I'll give a shout out. If you don't want to be shouted out because you at work or whatever, let me know and I won't do it. You all can ask questions or anything inside of the box. And then I think they have it where if you want to come on to say something to me here at Facebook, at least they do have the option for you to do that as well. Just type it in the chat. I'll see it. And then I will click you in and they'll have you in for the in the little video box for those you all, if somebody has a really important question. Thank you all for the condolences for the passing of my Uncle Roy. He was most definitely indeed the George Washington Carver of the family and a whole lot more to us. And so I do appreciate that. So I want to say that to you all. But hey, Sister Sandra Mouse, I'm in there. Look at that. I'm in YouTube. I see you. I see you. I see you. Like and share. Subscribe to him because I know someone was waiting for 11 o'clock when in actuality it was set for 11:30. But it didn't show up as that way. I did not post it in, or if I did, I don't remember, y'all, because I got so much going on here. And so I'm going to start off with a word of prayer because that is what I'm not going to do like a lot of people do. They want to wait till they get 100 people. No, that means go back and watch it. Okay, just go back and watch it because you will be able to. So we're going to start off with a really good Wellness Wednesday prayer, brief but necessary. All right, Father God, we thank you so much for blessing us to come before your people one more time on this Wednesday. We thank you for waking us up this morning, starting us on our way. We made it to the noonday safe and sound. We ask that you continue to open up our minds, to have the mind to be able to be well and to take care of the temple and the spirit that you have given us in order for us to be able to do the work that is necessary for us to do in order for us to fulfill the purpose that you have created all of us to do. We thank you and we ask that you lead and guide my mind, my tongue, my lips to be able to say things that are well with my soul, that's pleasing to you, to your people. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, we pray. Amen. It's just that simple, y'all. All right, now, so I'm going to start off. See, what I start off this time, first I've been doing my watermelon and my little mango. That's what I've been doing. Hey, y'all, Doug and Uncle Frank. I'm sorry I missed y'all. Y'all look so jazzy, so clean, look so fresh and so clean. Hey, Brandy, you in there? Food truck. I want that organic. Look, it better be something organic on there, something healthy. I'm not playing with you, Brandy. I'm not playing. Y'all, that's me. Hey, this is how we do. This is how we do with my first cousin. I'm not playing. If you ain't got nothing, then you better let me know. I will drive down there. You got that food truck? I'm driving down there and I'm finna rock their world with some good, natural, tasty, real soul food. Don't play with me, Brandy. Don't play. Bring it on. I'll call you one. Look, I will sell one. You one, you'll sell me one. Boy, don't play. You'll sell me a food truck. All right. All right. See, y'all, this is, y'all know your bruh man's from the fifth floor. Well, this is my cousin that he take it to the 10th floor. It ain't nothing that he ain't got. So any of y'all that's tuning in on the chat, y'all want to get the hookup from clothes, shoes, business. He might sell your own stuff back to you. This is what I'm trying to say, y'all. I told y'all I'm keeping 1,000 with y'all every time. I ain't playing on it. See, but I'll give him his pitch. I mean, he has brand new good stuff. I can't tell you how many things I got from this cousin. And he comes through. Do you hear me? Call him up, Brandon. Drop your information in there, whatever you got. Like, look, whatever you got. Just right, Sheena. Look, cousin Sheena, just like Auntie Sherry. And she just called me this morning trying to get on me. I'm trying to reach it. Well, I'm well, y'all. That's the reason why I'm sharing this information. And it's really good to see all the family that's coming in on Facebook. Just in case you all, it freezes up, know that I have my free YouTube channel. It's Felicia. No, it's Dr. Chef, Dr. Chef Felicia and Wellness Channel. I know that's a lot, y'all, but if you go into YouTube, it's free. You like and subscribe. The YouTube don't freeze up on me the way Facebook do. So that's the reason why a lot of times I wind up coming in and it glitches out. And so it's not the same. So you all make sure that you all do that. Make sure that you all get to a place to where you all are able to get in the information. And yes, Brandon, I am not joking. Let's talk. Let's talk, because that may be a good thing. I know here we got to get certifications so that I do have a friend. Well, actually, I got a couple of associates that I have that have food trucks already, one for juice and then another one that she's doing her thing. But if you bring it on, I already know that it's going to be popping, because I got a couple of chefs that I'm working with already. And y'all got to tune in for the cooking show too. It's already started. Got 2 cooking shows that already started. And come Friday, we finna get down. I'm finna get down. And y'all gonna be like, oh, and we got the season, we got the flavor right, just without no added chemicals. Hey there, cuz. Hey there, Dr. Lisa. So, hey, got the family in the house this time. So noonday is the best time, I guess, because everybody doing their break time. So I will consider keeping this time frame for you all, because that's right. You all that don't know, I have a very strong workaholic family, and so it is hard to get my family in. So you guys see me giving my shout out to my family. That's the reason why. And because we do have a lot going on, everybody's coming in. I don't know if we're not having a family reunion this year, correct? It's next year. If somebody tell me whether or not we having it or not, then I appreciate that. And so anywho, I'm just here because this is what I was doing today. I wanted to get my hemp seed. The hemp seed, you all, are good for blood circulation, and it is good for helping with bowel movement. And so automatically, if you have cardiac problems, yes, all right. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa, cousin Lisa. I do appreciate that, because that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I'm going to add my hemp seed, just 1 teaspoon of my hemp seed into my watermelon, my fresh seeded watermelon, all natural seeded watermelon. I get them from the Soulard here in St. Louis, Missouri. So some of my family that's close by, if you all are anywhere, or some of y'all that's out there, y'all in Michigan, different ones, then go get your seeded watermelons. Don't believe the hype. I've been telling people that. People trying to get over it. Oh, we ain't this, we ain't that. No, we got to stop being lazy. Slice that watermelon up. I just got a report back from a sister that healed bladder cancer from basically juicing most of watermelon in 2 weeks. Went back to the doctor, got herself checked, and her cancer was gone off of watermelon, you all. And that is how serious it is. All right. I know that's right. Amen to that. That's how powerful the fruit like watermelon is. And so what I've been doing when I normally tune in the morning time, and some of my YouTube people know, when I hey there, Brother Rashad, a lot of us, what they notice is that I would blend my watermelon if I don't feel like eating on it because it's cold or whatever, or I just don't feel like chewing at the time. Because my jaws ain't woke up at that time in the morning. My muscles, I gotta do face exercises for that type of chewing. Yeah, I said it. And so I'll take it, I put it in the blender, and it tastes like pure juice. And I put a little mango in it, or a little sweet lemon if I wanted to have a little flavor pop like that. And it's delicious, y'all. It cleanses. I am a witness. It does cleanses out your gut. The watermelon cleanser is not just only hydrate, it gives you the proper energy that you need. It gives you a more mental clarity. Vision will pop out. That is, if you continue to eat the watermelon, you will find that that's what it's doing. And you'll find yourself not really truly needing, needing to drink much fluid, because as you know, 90% water, the rest is minerals and healthy fiber that the body needs in order to help it to sweep through your gut, through your intestines rather. And so therefore you don't need to have to, there is no need to go and saying, okay, I got to have a big bottle of water. You won't need all that when you're drinking a container. Let me see the size that I have here. I have two sizes that I use. I have two sizes that I use. I put these in the blender. I have a 12 ounce, and then I have a 16 ounce. This is something nice to invest in. I use my 12 ounce when I'm eating something. If I got me a nice veggie wrap, or I'm eating on some other type of a natural soul food, then I'll use my 12 ounce. If I'm going out for the day and I know I'm not going to be eating, then what I do is I'll use my 16 ounce, because I need something to sip on and something that's going to penetrate and keep me hydrated during that time, and not worried about getting hungry when you're going out and about, because it's so easy to stop. I already understand it, you all. It's so easy to stop and go grab you something to snack on. But boy, when you know you're taking out your time to get your organic fruit and frozen fruits and put your stuff in there, get your little hemp seed. For those of you all that suffering with constipation or high blood pressure, put it up in there. You don't feel like stopping in. You saved you some money. That's what you just did. You saved you some money. You saved you some time in that death shack, in that line. You saved you quite a bit, and you have helped save your life. Because in most cases, this is what happened in the summertime. People with high blood pressure, or if you're constipated and have other conditions, migraines, whatever, this is why most of our people suffer strokes in the middle of the summer, or right when it starts to get heated up, just like my grandma did at my age, that she was my age, 48 years young. This is what happens. And so just think about it. It's worth it to practice something that simple to avoid. And I know yes, God give life and he take it away and all that, but keep in mind too, you all, we are destroyed. I also said in there that we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Think about that. So that does mean that it is something that you can do. Hey there, Sister Thomas, how you doing? Yeah, there is something that you can do to avoid being destroyed. Come on now. Even though he gives, like, think about it. What if during those times when we're reading, and I'm just talking about for those of us that are believers of the scripture, what if when he said that, let's just go there, that his people, that he gives, that he controls life and death, that how is it that we don't think about it in the manner that if he wrote it and told us what we are destroyed for, is that still not him being in control? Is that still not him educating us? Yeah, I said educating us in order for us to learn how to take care of the temple that he said he beautifully and marvelously made. Think about it, you all. Some of these things are made complicated on purpose. We know who the author of confusion is. Everything he said, my way is easy, my burdens are light. Yes, if you didn't catch on to it, for any of you all that's tuning in that may be tuning in for the first time, this is not just a wellness channel. I do incorporate spiritual things as well, biblically, from a biblical standpoint, and from just a downright common sense, down to earth common sense way of thinking, because we've missed it. Most of our people, if you got an issue with that, then I'm just gonna say this channel is not for you, and it's okay, because I didn't get on here for a whole bunch of likes and shares. I got on here because this is something that God has placed in my heart to do, that I was afraid to do. I was afraid to do because I know how much how hard and challenging I am on myself to perfect myself in everything that I do, because I take it real serious what God has chosen me to do. And because I didn't like all of the extras that go on with social media. I don't like the whole competitive thing that people do. And oh, you don't got this much, this, you don't got that much that. I ain't never been one that was competitive except for when it came down to sports. I promise you I'm gonna win that game. Or when it came down to a board game. Y'all know how we do it. That's how our family grew up doing it. I'm competitive in that way. Challenge me with some scriptures. There we go. And then and even that's not a challenge, because I seek to still learn and understand. I've learned that through our tests and trials, and as life go on, we all learn different perspectives according to what we've gone through. Which brings me to my daughter. Thank God for my daughter, Deja niece. It had been challenging for this past few years for them, especially after losing my mother. You all know Cousin Ann and Auntie Ann. And then my daughter transitioning in December. Najee, it was challenging and emotionally taxing on my children, because we all had in our minds that we wanted to see her live for much longer. But thank God that my mom, given her diagnosis that she had from years ago with thyroid glands, high blood pressure, suffering from a form of overweight and all that, she still outlived the time frame that her mother had passed away. And then my daughter still outlived the time frame that the doctors gave for her to live. And I got a chance to see her develop and heal from things that they said that she would never heal from. So all praises be to God either way. And now, of course, during that time, we're not happy about the transitions of our loved ones. Just like now, got a funeral to go to this Saturday. So yes, Cousin Brandon, you know I'm going to send my love to you. I do apologize. He's having his wedding on the 24th, and I was set to go into Indianapolis for my cousin. So you all congratulate him for his wedding to his beautiful, beautiful fiance. I loved her spirit, and that's always a good thing when the family can say that they like who's getting ready to come into the family. I know that's very helpful. And then but my Uncle Roy's funeral is falling right there on that day. And so I won't be able to attend. That's because my first cousin has most definitely utilized me in trying to help assist her with some things that she just didn't know, because I'm the oldest and have certain information that some of them did not have. And so you all keep my family in prayer. So this weekend I'll be doing that. And then later after that, I have an expo to go to that's in my hometown for a brother that is a scientist, beautiful spirit. Family is supporting in East St. Louis, but he has done it in such an elegant way. You wouldn't even think that it was there. I will be sharing the information, and I will be coming live later on that evening because he's having a grand opening. He'll be scientists showing us information. So Sheena, y'all different ones want to come out. You want to get this different information from this brother. He is a real scientist, and he's going to break down the molecular. He got natural hair products. He's showing you the makings and the mechanics of a lot of things that's in the food, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of vendors. You can go in and see for those who's in the area, the St. Louis area and the Illinois area, you can go in for vendorship. So it's going to have a lot of people with a lot of natural healthy products and books, authors, and everybody is going to be there. And so that's going to be hey there, Danielle, how you doing, Danielle? And so therefore, I just wanted to share that and get that out the way. But back to my daughter Deja, she wrote a really nice, y'all pray for her. And when you all send in for cash apps, I'm doing things that's going to help support not just myself. And it's going to help in a lot of positive ways, because I was listening to my daughter and we hadn't got a chance to really, because she's a workaholic like I was when I was her age. She's going on 23 come July. And knows her. She's got accepted. All praise be to God to WashU. That is one of the top-notch colleges in the world. And the fact that we didn't have to pay for that is a blessing within itself. She wants to go into counseling and social work and things of that nature. And I believe she's going to do it because she has it in her to do it. And I was just remembering and thinking about the time when I birthed her. If you're going to think about it, this is my testimony and why the health and wellness part is so critical, y'all, so critical. I wasn't even practicing the natural way, the way I am now. I didn't have all of the knowledge when I had my children. I wish that I did, but I didn't. I wasn't in that type of environment. I was still eating foods like everybody else, fried chicken and all the other stuff. Not as much, but it was still part of my lifestyle. And so the reason why this is so special that we finally got a chance to connect was because of I'm not going to go into details, so I'm just going to tell the good parts. But mummies, we get in trouble when we start talking. When they get in their 20s, we get in trouble. We start telling them their beeswax. And I like respecting that. I do, because that's just another level of it just shows growth in the relationship as parent and child that's developing into adulthood that I wish that I had with my mom. We were still the way we were raised. Think about it, y'all, in the 70s and 80s and stuff. It's just certain things we didn't feel comfortable with talking to our parents about. Well, I wanted to change that with my children because I wanted to know specifically what to pray about. And I wanted to learn what it was that was in them that we had passed on to them. And a lot of times we don't find that out till your 30s and 40s and 50s, and sometimes not at all. And so you don't get a chance to grade yourself or really truly figure out when you smother your children to the point or have them to a place where they just can't talk to you about nothing. And that messes with their mental health, you all. That's part of wellness too. Hey, there's Margaret. Yeah, yes. Is it Margaret Mitchell? How you doing there, greetings? That messes with their mental mind. Hey, cousin, you're my man. There's a whole lot of people y'all tuning in. I see this noon time is y'all time. And so therefore, I knew that the mental health would be important while they were developing and learning and getting used to, now with her being away, and having her own place and things of that nature, that they would have to find their own healthy regimen that works for them. Of course, they call on me if it's something serious, and I help out where I can, as much as they're willing to listen. Just like when I'm doing consultations, it's no different. Because think about it, whenever you have this information, the more you can take it for granted because it's always there. And that's just how we are as a people. And so I'm saying that to say that she got to a place where she was able to articulate with her first assignment that the difference between how we think socially, how our minds have a major effect. And y'all know that's all I've been talking about is the mind, and how most of this is a mind thing. The mind, that's why we say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. When I started to develop the term that the mind is a terrible thing to put waste in. Because there is no waste in the mind when you're constantly learning how to be a student of life. And when you're learning how to be a student of life, meaning that you're learning the things that is necessary for you to know in order to survive and to thrive and to become that God has called you to be, or to fulfill your purpose, then there is no way that you could take and have the mentality, a trashy mind. There is no way that you could be doing things that's unproductive. My family would tell you, I come from a very hardworking, smart working class of people. All of my cousins, they're all doing something that is that they're passionate about, and they work endlessly. My daughter is the same way. They work endlessly. She have 2 jobs. And so I'm saying all that to say that I was just thankful that even though we had gone through all that, because we're talking about the minds, I was concerned. I was going into that prayer mommy mode because I'm like, oh, God, bless her mind. Not to give up is challenging. You start in college, you're working 2 jobs, you're trying to make it, and she's like me. She's trying not to ask for much of anything at this point because she realized I'm taking care of the youngest, and then got to tend to her brother, and then the grandbaby, and then business and consultations. And so she's putting all this on herself. And I was like, oh my goodness. And she's like, Mom, we had that conversation. And I was like, you know what? I said, I used to do the same thing. And this is why now at 48 years young, I am talking about the power of the mind and how important it is for us to be healthy and for us to be spiritually sound-minded in order for us to be able to survive in this world today, in order for us not to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge today. And so what I'm doing today, I'm going to switch a little bit. I got my grapes, y'all. I got organic grapes. Y'all go to it, family. Go. See, they doing the try the reconnect. So Facebook's on. So if you all didn't transfer over to YouTube, then this is what, okay, now it's back. Y'all transfer over to YouTube. I just saw the glitch. There's nothing wrong. I got plenty of power. But Facebook, my channel in Facebook is Dr. Chef, because I see more and more are tuning in. Dr. Chef, Felicia, and Wellness Channel is the name of it. It's free. Like and subscribe and share it to anybody that you think right. So I'm going to take and get this right here. And you can, y'all, just for the record, you can juice your grapes. If you don't feel like chewing, which that's pretty, come on now, y'all. Y'all don't feel like chewing your grapes then. Lord have mercy. But we gonna do it anyway. Got I rested my well. I used a little bit of fruit stuff. I'm gonna pour it out. Get my sprayer. Coming back. And then I'll take and I'll pour a little clean, pure water on it. I usually have distilled water. Can y'all hear me? I usually have distilled water. But I'm not getting ready to walk all the way back there to get my distilled water. So what I do is I use a little bit of this. And I already put fruit. I put my fruit cleanser in there from Trader Joe's. Or for those of y'all that don't want to spend extra money on the fruit cleanser, if you don't want to spend extra money on that, then get you a little lemon. This is the fruit cleanser that I use from Trader Joe's. You just use about a teaspoon of it. When it's soaking for about 5-10 minutes. Some say 15, whatever suits your fancy. But mine wasn't full of a lot of scum like you normally see it. And they were organic. This is what I use. If not, and you don't feel like spending that extra money, then you use a little lemon and lime and cleanse your fruit out just as well. Some people say vinegar. You can use vinegar, but try to stay away from the acidity. The acidity in vinegar. It would be better to cleanse it with the lemon or the lime, just for the record. Okay. I know we like to use the vinegar because it comes in a bigger container. So if that's all you have, then that's fine. But I'm telling you what I do. So I switch up is what I'm trying to say. I switch up. That's what I do. And I get my grapes. And this is what I would have for lunch. And that's a PBH free. I have some grapes for lunch and I'm good to go. Oh my God. Come on, y'all. Everything God made is good. Come on. See how that flavor pop? Now, can you imagine me putting that into a blender and juicing just grapes, y'all? I'm serious, y'all. It's just that simple. You ain't got to add nothing to it. You ain't got to add nothing to it. I'm putting the cup in there, y'all. You ain't got to add nothing to it. Just take it, put it in a blender for those of y'all who got a blender. Y'all don't want to eat and pop no grape in the mouth. Most people I know do like to pop the little grape in the mouth and chew it. But just in case you got some dental problems going on. Like I told my daughter, she just got her wisdom pulled. That's how we wind up talking and having that mommy-daughter talk. I bought her some organic grapes and a whole bag of stuff like my mama used to do us. We just can't come with one thing. We come with several things. And I took her that and a whole lot of other stuff. And you take this. I told her, well, she said, well, mama, I can't chew. I can't chew. No, I said, girl, pop off that blender and blend those grapes. She said, oh yeah, that's what I do. I'll take it, put it up in the smoothie, and I'll do that. And I said, I promise you, along with some colloidal silver, and I gave her some immune booster things. And I told her, I said, because when you get the wisdom tooth pull, y'all, this is part of Wellness Wednesday, the swelling, the inflammation. They were going to try to give her some amoxicillin. And thank God she remembered. Her little young mind had remembered that. She said, Mama, wait a minute, are we allergic to that? And I didn't think that she had remembered. And she was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, how did you remember that? I said, y'all were little kids. She said, I don't know. I just remember that's her. I said, And so she got the swelling. They changed it up and put something else. Gave her another thing. And I just told no, get your grapes, put it up in a blender, blend it up, make it into a juice. You can add, if it's too tart for you, and you can add a little water to it. Don't try to put them on sweetening up in there, y'all. That's the parasites wanting all that extra sugar. Don't do that to yourself. Once you get the body used to and accustomed to, try it for 3 days. Eating the things, the natural sun foods, but melanated foods, lay off the green ones. Get with your darker berry ones. It's not about the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. No, these are nice and tangy. It's about all of the nutrients. There's more nutrients and more of the natural fiber that's needed on the outskirts of the peel, and that cleanses the system is in the darker grapes. And so that's the reason why we say go with the darker grapes versus the green grapes. And so that's what, oh yeah, I got that juice. And so you take them out. Now I put it in this blender, y'all, but I'm enjoying it, eating it like this because it's meaty and you feel more fulfilled. So just understand when you're doing all this famous juicing to be fancy and be so super convenient, just understand that if you are in your BMI and your bowel movements are well, that in some cases you're going to feel like you have to eat some more, and it's going to cause you to eat more. I just said it. Yes, it's going to cause some of you all to eat more. So, but if you know you haven't had anything to eat, like I didn't have nothing else to eat today, then I want the meatiness of this grape. So my saliva gland comes in, breaks it down in the system, and grapes have this form of pectin in it that makes you feel fulfilled. Ain't gonna need nothing else really for the rest of the day. If I decide I want to eat something else, I'll eat some probably about 3 or 4. And that may be a veggie challenge, what I'll do. And so I'll take these organic zucchinis. And what's called, for the record, y'all, they taste delicious. I'll take these and I'll slice them up. I'll season them up. Some of y'all got Mrs. Dash and all these other herbs. Put that herbs on there. You can get you some minced garlic, get you some red onions, razzle dazzle that up, get your all natural sauce. Ooh, and toast that bread, get you some all nice gluten-free. And for those of y'all that gotta have the bread, then just go that way. Go with the most healthiest bread that you can find. I have one that I found from Aldi's. Hold on, let me show you that. Yep, I'm gonna sleep on Aldi's, y'all. And this is the brand that I use from Aldi's when I'm not baking bread. This is the one that I use from Aldi's when I'm not baking bread. Let me show y'all. Yeah, as y'all can see, we went through it. It's from Simply Nature, and it's called Knock Your Sprouts Off. Is reduced sodium. It's sprouted. The sprouts are good for you, good on the digestive system. That's sprouted 7-grain bread. That's what I use from Aldi's. Whenever I go to Aldi's, that's what I get. If I'm not getting it freshly baked from a baker, then that's what I use. Or if I'm not baking bread myself, this is what I would use. And the ingredients on here is sprouted whole grain wheat berries, canola, barley. Some people can't take barley, and it's got agave, so it's got oat fiber, very, very small amount of yeast. It has some molasses in there. It's very just a little pinch of salt. Salt, and I can promise you, you're not going to taste. Bottom line is that it works well in the digestive system. I take this and I'll pop it in my little convenient oven, and I will toast it because it's best to be toast. Because when you toast the bread and dry it out like that, then what happens is that it will diminish the yeast in there that will stop and that will help to burn off from that stomach fat, y'all, that we're trying to get rid of. So you're wondering where the yeast coming from? It's coming from the gut. It's coming from all that dough when we eat bread. And some people say meat, but it's more so when we're not chewing the meat up properly. And most meat can't be chewed up into liquid form. And we tell people, if you cannot chew it up into liquid form in your mouth, then that means you shouldn't be eating it. If you can't chew it, you shouldn't do it. Did you hear that? If you can't chew it, you shouldn't do it. I'll take this and I'll toast it. I'll take up those zucchinis. If I have a little jackfruit, y'all know that jackfruit tastes meaty. If you get some raw, if you get some raw jackfruit, then you can stir fry that. You can put your little organic barbecue sauce on there, your little onion sauce, whatever little sauce that you got. Saute that baby up for those of y'all that like some eating some good savory food. And then you can stack a sandwich on that. You can get you some sliced organic tomatoes. You can get some organic lettuce. And I promise you, when you slice those within about an inch, if you slice those elongate, those zucchinis and those squash elongate, meaning it's slice them like you see the sliced long pickles. If you slice them that thick, then that's got a meaty like taste to it. For those of you all who got to have that meaty taste, you got to have something to chew on. But it's the flavor from the herbs, from the thyme, from the oregano, from all of the seasonings that you put in, then the minced garlic, and then you know me, what I use. I'll tell you what I use. I got my little golden one here. Some of y'all like to. And then some of y'all like to use organic mustard to give a little flavor. You could squeeze a little swig of lemon on there, or you can get your little bit of your balsamic vinegar if you want that little salt taste, or either you can order you some of this green salt that does not cause high blood pressure. And yes, it costs about $10 in the bag and came with this free little sprinkler, but it lasts so long. Give me 1 second. Let me show you the bag again. I've been putting it to the test. There we go again, y'all. Yep, I'm a promoter of it. They need to be paying me for doing this. But it's okay, though, because it's about you all's health and wellness. All right. Hey there, Terry. How you doing? And so this is what I promote for us, the salt intake. It tastes so natural. It brings out, it's from the coast of California. You all heard me talk about this before. And I'll sprinkle that. This is the same thing. It comes in this container, and I'll sprinkle it over my food. And yeah, it tastes so delicious. And so I'll make a sandwich out of that, you all. And I will tear that baby up. Do you hear me? I will tear it up. I sure will. And look, feeling full. And the beautiful part about it is that, come on now, y'all. You can't be too cute to where you think that you don't have to practice elimination. The elimination lasts within about 30 seconds. No diarrhea. Fiber, if you are on that toilet stool, and you all have heard me, some of you all that's tuning in have heard me tell you this before. Thank you all for liking and sharing. There is no way that you're supposed to be having to stay in the restroom past a minute, y'all. I said it. If you are in the restroom past a minute, you have eaten something that your body cannot properly digest. If you are going to the restroom an hour or hours later, or that next morning, and you're in that restroom past a minute, and I mean, get your phone, get your watch, and you time yourself. Get you a footstool. You all need a footstool. Give me 1 second. Let me show you. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. This is what you all are supposed to be working with. I gotta help you all. You all, somebody say, I'm coming back. You all, footstool. Get a taller stool footstool. Yep, this is what I'm using. This is just one of them. They come in all different type of designs. Some of y'all that's in the making stuff, notice I got my napkin on it, so I'm not holding it, not touching it. My paper towel on. This is one for my guest restroom. I got a wood one. I got a dark one. You can go into the grocery stores and you go down the aisle where the hangers and racks is at, is where usually at. In Walmart's carry them, all of them. You're not paying attention to them because you're too busy getting all the other stuff that you got. You should not be, none of us should be using the restroom. Understand, the person that made the toilet stool did not know anything about the body mechanics, the way the body, they didn't have health and wellness or the arching of the back, or how to properly use the restroom in mind at all. If you look it up, do your own homework, y'all. It's still out there. This man was a cabinet maker. And whoever was having back issues back then, when they raised the toilet stools up, they were doing it because they had a problem with standing up. And so they figured if they raise it up higher, especially for taller people, then that'll be more comfortable for them. But we were supposed to be squatting with an arch back, in order to help that flow for when you're eating your meal. whatever that meal is, that you can get a proper flow. And you're not supposed to have to use no more than maybe just a ply or two of tissue, because it ain't gonna be nothing to wipe, especially when you're. And so this is one of my number one motivators for eating healthy, not just to feel good and to be well, but because I like having a good bowel movement without no problem. I don't want to be rolling off the tissue, racing to it. Ask me some more tissue. I don't want to be doing that. It's just that simple. You all trick that mind. Get that mind right. Y'all talking about you want simplicity? Hey there, Shanice, how you doing? Hey, Dwayne. Good to see you all. Y'all want simplicity? Then that's what you do. Tell yourself the benefits of what you, how convenient you want the very thing that you have to do. Tell yourself that, okay, I heard what Dr. Chef is saying. I want to be able to have a good bowel movement so that I could go on with the rest of my day. When they calculated up the time that the average American have to stay in the restroom when they're constipated from all of this processed food. And then let's not to mention y'all stressful moments when a lot of times some of us go to the restroom just to get away. Hey, Lori P. Some of us go to the restroom just to get away, just to get a break away from everybody. Then you just sitting on the toilet stool just to be sitting on it. But you're wasting time that you don't have. Now, if that's what you're doing, then fine. So let it be. But if you're there because you can't get a good smooth bowel movement because you ain't eating on no grapes, or you ain't taking in your watermelon and your mango, things that's designed for the body to be able to get the proper nourishment and energy that it needs, and that's high in a certain amount of fiber that can help you to eliminate. Then now you got other problems. Now you got hours that's been taken up, half an hour that's been taken up bit by bit throughout the day. And then my mind is still blown by how I've got some that's saying that they only go to the restroom once off the week. And then when I asked, I said, how many times do you eat? Oh, every day. Some of them eat every day, a whole meal and snacks in between. I said, oh my God. And so understand this again, that the intestines just stretch out to from anywhere, because now I see there's people with different body types now. We're finding this out slowly but surely, that anywhere from 15 to 20 feet long, like a rubber band. You see how small a rubber band is? But then when you expand it out, and that's how, but our walls are thinner. It's not even as tough. Our intestines is not even as tough as rubber. But we think that it is because we don't see the inside of that. You can see a rubber band and play with all you want to, but then when you stretch it too much, what happens, y'all? It pops. Well, that's the way our intestines are. Before you can even get to the colon for you, in order for you to be able to have a proper bowel movement beforehand. And that's what you have to keep in mind, that anytime you're eating anything, you need to be thinking consciously, intentionally, purposefully. You need to be thinking, can I eliminate this? Will I be able to get a good bowel movement from this? Yep, I said it. You're not supposed to just be thinking about how good it tastes. It's plenty of things that taste good, y'all. Come on now. It's plenty of things that taste good. Hey, stop. Yeah, it's plenty of things that taste good, you all. God was good to us. He blessed us to have something like grapes that's just loaded with flavor. Oh, y'all, that ain't no joke. Those are powerful. Those are sweet and tender. And so when I tell you, so I'll eat this whole cup of grapes, right? I don't have to blend it. But if you blend it, I will say this. Here's go a little bit of hint, a trick for you all. For any of you all that are tuning in and that you like and you share this with someone that's something that you know that's suffering with constipation, then I would advise them to take these grapes, get some organic grapes, preferably your seeded ones. Snooks, you all have them. Go into the far end a lot of times and just open up them. Here they are right here. Let me show you back. For those that's here in the area, I got these. These are Snooks. Master Touch, the organic brand. If you got a vineyard that you can go to, then all praise be to God. Good for you. Then get to a vineyard. But then here is the tip. You suffer from constipation, blend the grapes then. Juice them. Blend them. Don't put it on smoothie unless you want it thick like that. But you take the blender. I'm so used to having my blender back there. I turned around, anyone there, but it's put up in the cabinet. Then you take and you blend it to the grade that you want it, and then you drink it. And then you do that. And you can do that how many times, Dr. Chef? You can do that all throughout the day. You can do it the morning, noon, and in the afternoon. Get your grapes, and then let's see if the enzymes and the natural acidity that's inside of the grapes will break down that bowel movement. If you find yourself that not working, for those who don't have natural bowel movement supplementations that work for you, then now you know that you are severely constipated. At this point, you do need to be going to get a colonics. You need to get a colon cleanse at this point. If you have gone days and weeks without using restroom and you are eating every day, I don't care what it is. Don't get me wrong, I don't like that saying. I care what it is. But what I'm saying, whatever type of food that you're placing in your temple, in your gut, and you're not producing a bowel movement every morning and in the afternoon, and you're actually eating a meal every day, and you're not producing a bowel movement, then that means you are severely constipated, and that would be linked to your high blood pressure. That would be linked to your migraines. That would be linked to even causing thyroid gland problems. It would be linked to feeding if you have cancer. It will feed into the fecal matter, the waste, the toxicity from all of those meals that's piled up. And my God, if you're still eating toxic meat and you're not even eating natural foods, all that toxicity and all those chemicals, and if you're on prescription drugs, all of that is piled up like a toxic waste. It's no different than when you have a trash can. And I've said this to you all before. It's no different than when you have had, hey there, Sister Sandra and Lori P., it's no different than having a trash can full of compost. Y'all know how it is. You get the trash and pull it out, and if you haven't changed it within the past couple of days, what happens to it? It starts to stink. And if you put meat in there, then that's exactly that's going to turn into parasites. You got magnets, you got everything, but that's what's going on within y'all guts. And here it is. Everybody worried about fat being fat. Tell my fat, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be working it out to get rid of anything, any type of unnatural fat. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, but it starts in the gut. You all are hearing it more and more now. It's true. I've been saying it for a long time. It's what I practiced with my firstborn. I focused on, in order to get her to start walking better, in order to get her to start thinking more clear, in order to get her to start moving better, I had to get her gut cleansed in a more natural way. I had to give her more fruit. So it is true, when you're looking for a healing from a dis-ease, then yes, you want to be eating more fruit than anything else. You do. Now, if you're not diagnosed with any type of disease, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, nobody, and then this myth about, oh no, I can't eat no bunch of fruits because of my diabetes. Y'all, come on now, y'all. Let's just use a little God-given common sense. Let me give y'all an example. Well, if you can't eat fruit because of your diabetes or because it spikes it up, versus it just being that you're constipated from eating all the other foods that's causing your glucose level to go up. Did y'all hear that? I take my time when I'm gonna stop there because this is a major one. I've lost loved ones from diabetes, and so this is one that's very serious to me. If it's a problem with the all natural fruit, if you can't eat all natural fruit, then somebody has you afraid to eat fruits, or someone has lied to you and told you that you can't eat fruit when you have been diagnosed with diabetes 1 or 2, that's what's causing your levels to spike versus you being constipated from all the other foods that you eat. Then why is it that when your insulin level is low, that the first thing you go grab is some sugar? Why is the first thing that you do is have to say, go grab me? And you all, unfortunately, and I've seen it y'all for years. I got an auntie that used to do it all the time before I even got came into this knowledge. Give me a piece of candy, my sugar low. Why did they call it sugar? Just think, you all. Just think a little bit. Why did they call it sugar? And why was it that when you started feeling faint and you started to feeling like you can't breathe and look dizzy and lethargic, the first thing you ask for is the sugar? In most cases, they ask for a peppermint. Back in the day, when I was growing up, the mothers that had diabetes, they would ask for a piece of peppermint, and they carried it around faithfully, like that was their medicine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all on here old enough to know about that, because it was not in the. It was the sugar. They were calling for the wrong type of sugar. They were needing the nutritional, natural fructose from the grapes, fructose from the strawberries, to help balance out. The body understands when it's taking in something artificial. It knows when it's too low, when you don't have enough of the energy and the antioxidants that comes to help to nourish the blood cells, nourish the blood, comes to help to cleanse out the kidneys. That's the reason why you wind up on dialysis after you then allowed yourself to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge, due to getting your kidneys flushed. What is your kidneys getting flushed out while you're on dialysis? Y'all think about it. What is the process? To cleanse the blood. To cleanse the blood of what? Toxins, metals, artificial foods, drugs, chemicals. What are you cleansing the kidneys for? To try to prolong life for, or to keep, or to save your kidneys for? And then over a period of time, it wears out the blood vessels, because that's the unnatural way to cleanse the body. It's the unnatural way. This is the natural way. Your watermelon is your natural way. Your melons is your natural way to cleanse the blood. It has the enzymes in there, the nutrients, the B-plex, all of the A's, the C's, the D's, all your minerals, your sea moss. 92 to 102 if you're getting a good grade of it. That's from someone that's processing it properly. 92 minerals, that's what the body needs. That's what absorbs into even your bone marrows, to allow you not to get sclerosis, or to muscular sclerosis, or arthritis. And I'm not fussing at you all. I'm just sincere. I'm serious about what it is that I'm saying to y'all. I need for you all to understand this process, and for it to be made simple, so that we can stop allowing ourselves to be deceived and confused by, and thinking that we have to get to a place where we have to do what monkey see, monkey do. Well, if we were doing, look, let me use that saying. Even if we were doing what the monkey do, we would be in better health and shape. Let's take it there. Well, monkey see, monkey do. There used to be a saying back in the day. Some of y'all that might be younger probably didn't hear that saying, but I heard that saying, well, monkey see or monkey do. Well, do what the monkey do. The monkey eat its potassium. The monkey goes straight to the fruit. The monkey don't go to eat no flesh. Look at all the energy that it has. And they go as far as to say that some of us is dark-skinned, and then some of us look like monkeys. They go as far to call us black monkeys. Yeah, they look like an ape. We got the closest level of DNA to them. And no, I don't believe in those the other sciences that we come from. No, I don't believe in that. No, I don't. So ain't no need of you thinking that I'm going that route. I'm just saying that we're all part of God's creation. And if there is similar DNA, and you see that they are living their life out, and they have all the energy that they have for whatever their lifespan is, if you can see that even in an animal, that even an animal understands the only time when an animal starts to eat something that's opposite, that's not good for themselves, is if we as humans, so-called human or mankind, has taken away their natural way of eating, meaning we have raped the land, like the scripture said that we would. We totally disregard and disrespecting Mother Nature, because we want to play gods. When he said that we had dominions over the earth, it didn't mean for us to destroy the earth. Even though we know the scripture said that Satan is taken seeking who he may devour. Well, there go your warning before destruction right there. So why are we surprised? I can't believe, because that's what it was when I first started off 20 plus years ago in this naturopathic walk. I realized that most of it was a disbelief that the people that we had, wicked people in certain positions in this world, that would even think to even poison us through food and through drugs and do it. That was the biggest challenge. But they got a white coat on. But they took an oath, but the oath is not legal. It's not lawful. The Hippocratic Oath is not lawful. Y'all do your homework. Before I went into the health field and became a naturopathic practitioner and health and wellness coach, one of my first thoughts and passions was to become an attorney. It's important that you know that. So meaning that desire did not go anywhere, but I did go and start to dib and dabble and learning as much as I could about the law. Up until this day, we have over 100, probably close to 1,000 laws each day that's been pushed through Congress that is changing everything from the food that we eat, the drugs that you take, from the house that you live in, from the where you're going to be, the zoning, where you can go, where you can't go, what you can say, what you can't say. You all see this now. And in no better place to see it is but through social media, because this is the platform where there's more people that you can engage and see all the different activities that's going on. Some of it is fake, but a lot of it is real. And so I'm telling you now, that is the biggest challenge that I saw that was really causing our people to not to want to be healthy, is because, or not to go the more natural way of healing the body, is because they couldn't believe that there was an industry that set up through the hospitals. And I'm saying that for those who will not, the hospitals that will not embrace the natural way of healing the body, just because they know that most people are hooked on some type of chemicals or drugs that they have been able to legally, back to that law, the laws of the land. When the scripture said to us to make sure that we obey the laws of the land, y'all, we have to learn wisdom and know what that means. He's still the first, that was man's law. We're talking about God's law. Didn't tell us to obey. If that be the case, then whoever is the landlord of the land, then that means that you have to do everything that they tell you to do, or you have to give up that land. You have to give up that home. You got to give up that. And that's the problem. Most of us don't want to have to give up anything in order to help save your life. So you don't want to have to give up the artificial foods. You don't want to have to give up the taste, even though now it's right there on the labels telling you what it is. It's telling you the chemicals on. We don't want to do the work to look up a simple word. If you can't spell it, if you can't make it out, and you know you can read, then that means you shouldn't be eating it. It's just that simple. We got herbs that's like that. There are certain herbs that's not meant for the body for us to take in. Some of them are deadly. Some of them are poisonous. You need to be looking that up. You need to be taking advantage of these phones that we have and looking up these things. If you care about your health and wellness, and my God, if you are taking care of a loved one or someone else. I promise you, that's why I had to get out of the health field and serve. Even though I have a lot of friends, colleagues, and family members that are nurses, registered nurses, therapists, and everything underneath the sun, we all are still there. At the end of the day, we have these conversations about what we've seen and what we know that's helping and what we know that's not. And for the most part, 99% of the way, we all agree that it's best that all of us eat healthy and focus on the natural way versus it. But we also know that there are people that need to be monitored and have to come in because they're taking in so much drugs and so much processed food and so much chemicals that they do have to have some type of monitoring to take place in order to help them to learn how to live, whether they're weaned off or whether they have to stay on certain things in order to keep them alive. You need someone to assist you in that area. And that's most Americans. And so is that something to be ashamed of? No, it's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to be aware of. It's something to be aware of. It's something to know. These people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That you need help. There's no room for pride. Pride for spirit comes before a hearty fall. In this case, you would be destroyed for having that prideful spirit, knowing that you need help in your health and wellness, saying that I want to be around here for my children. I want to be here for my niece and nephew. I want to be able to do this work and do this. And you normally know that it's something that you're not doing right concerning your health and wellness that could lessen that time. Then it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is something to be aware of. And it is something that you need to seek and ask help for and with. Yes, I do free consultations. I accept donations at this time because that's the way it's been given to me to do it. And I'm comfortable with that. And so my number that you all can reach me by to set up for a text and consultation is 618-388-8100. 618-388-8100. I'm going to say it the third time, so the third time will be this charm. It is 618, finally got it down pat, y'all, 388-8100. Some of you all do have my other contact number direct. More of my friends and family members have my new one because you all know it got mixed up into my business account. My one that I had for years have gotten mixed up into that and was did away with. And but all praises be to God that I was able to get another one. Some of you all like to contact me through the 314-705-6264 number. I'm going to say it again, 314-705-6264. And you can play this back. I will be saving this and putting it on Facebook, Instagram. Give it a little time to download you all, and then you all will be able to see what I'm doing. So again, today my wellness thing is very simple because the cooking show is coming up Friday, y'all. Y'all better get ready. It's gonna get good up in this kitchen. And remember, what we're having our label as, and yes, it will be gonna be trademarked very soon. So don't try to get out happy. It's gonna be Queens in the Kitchen. And in a minute, it's not just gonna be Queens in the Kitchen, it's gonna be Queens and Kings in the Kitchen. And then after that, it's gonna be Kings and Queens. It's gonna be Kings and Queens and friends in the kitchen and family in the kitchen. And so what I'm bringing back, you all, and I do thank you all for your support, and for those of you all that sending cash out, for those of you all that want to mail in through money order and things of that nature to help us with purchasing food and products. And yes, we do have products. I'm working on my labels now, you all. So for those of y'all that's been waiting patiently for the natural health products that I do have some in now, and I have to get them packaged properly and make sure that that they are labeled, and they are going to be very affordable, reasonable prices. I do ask for those of you all that want to donate in for our senior citizens and those who are on fixed income, that specify that. And because I am going to have some set aside for people that really truly can't afford it. And sometimes I may ask for 1 or 2 references to verify that. And then we'll send you what you need for your arthritis. But you got to be sincere. Don't just call in just to get something for free. I need for you to call in, because that'll be between you and the Most High, if whether or not you're being honest. Okay? And I will do my scan. And I still love you the same, because I understand that this is a trying way for most of us. This is a challenge, and everybody needs help. I just want you all to try and do it so that you can see that it works, and that this is the way that was easy and the burden that will be light on you. And so I can't wait to share that part with you all. Today will be the day. God said the same. It's beautiful outside. I'll be working on my labels today. And then preferably we'll be up and ready to start shipping out. My goal this Monday. And so you all can continue to ask me about that. My goal this Monday to start being able to ship out the goodies. Do I want to break down? No, because you're not supposed to let the adversary know everything that you got on these type of online streets. You're not supposed to do that. It's not smart. See, I learned that just even as a mommy. When I would put my children's stuff in their bags, and they like, look, I'm gonna take my goodies, the snacks, and everything that I have my kids, and just have it swinging out there for all the rest of everybody else, knowing I ain't have enough. Even though a lot of times I would bring extra, just in case some other mother or somebody's child needed something to snack on, I would bring extra. But you don't just hang it out there and just dangling out there and knowing that it's going to bring everybody to the table and say, oh, look at that. Felicia ain't got all the goodies. Sister Felicia got all the goodies. Yeah, for my children. So that's going to be the same that it is for you all. The mother goose, as they say, the mother goose in me. I want to make sure. So when you call in and you text in and you say, what do you got for this? What do you got for that? Then I'll be able to tell you all then, because I'm not led at this point to broadcast everything that I have. But you best to believe that everything that I got is going to be good. And like I stated, even with the new scientists, everything is going to be checked and processed to make sure that it is authentic. So you don't have to worry about that. The shipping and handling at this point in time, outside, if it's not my nieces and nephews that's in it out, it will be probably start off being me as well. And so that way we'll know that it's taken care of. So you'll be able to call in and ask through the 618 number, if you got your products in, or when it's coming in. So you don't have to go through no whole system or anything like that. We're going to keep it simple, you all. We're going to keep it simple. And I will need for you all to be a little patient. Not as patient that it is with what we have of how we had to do with the Mother's Day greeting with the free calls. I knew someone was gonna come in, but I didn't know the flood that was gonna come in because I'm once again the deception of the social media. You're thinking, oh, because it's not a whole lot of people tuning in, you don't realize that no, somebody else through word of mouth spreads and people calling in. They calling in. Oh, let me. So I still got a few more to go. I'm almost there at y'all. For the few that's tuned in that I know that I need to give a call back to. But I do appreciate you all's patience, your love, and your kindness. And I pray that these simple things about going back to just your organic grapes was helpful for you. For those of y'all that still want to stick with the watermelon because of the great reviews that I'm getting with the watermelon again, then do so. Stick with that. You know you have gut issues, you constipated. The watermelon will actually do the same. It'll come cleanse the urine. It will rejuvenate, hydrate. It'll give you the energy that you need. It'll also help you to feel full. It will give you the bees that you need. It's God. This is how you know how great God is. You can't say that about a hot dog. Oh, it tastes juicy and it tastes salty and all. And when I had put it on the bun, I got constipated. Come on, y'all. But then you eat the grape, you got 50 to 20 things that it will heal in the body or that it will help to enhance and rejuvenate within the body or how good it make you feel. Come on. Everything that God created was good. And of course, anybody is no different than some, you know that there is an enemy that's jealous that anytime you put out something good, think about it. If you do it to the creator, then how much more will people do it to you? It has no respect of person. And that's the reason why I said it before for my last session. Jealousy is cruel to the grave, meaning that people will, even though you're giving a good thing, you're doing a good work, there are still some that will set out to destroy it because they know that you're actually trying to help, that you're helping people. And when you and I mean set out, meaning getting on the phone calling on purpose. Not because anybody done anything to them for real, but because they don't believe in really truly helping people, or maybe they even think that it's just them, that they're the only ones that can do it because they want all of the attention. Whatever the reason is, it does make sense because there's enough of us that's out here that's sick, that needs help. It's enough of us. So we have to be mindful, you all, and ask God to help create a clean heart, a pure heart in us, and the renewing of the mind so that you all can have the operate in your highest level, operate in your best self, as we gonna call it, operate in the Holy Spirit. And I don't mean that in a spooky kind of way. I mean that in a more righteous kind of way. I mean that in a more humanitarian type of way. Since we got a lot of people that's debating with that now today. So you all go back when I post this. I'm getting ready to end out here because I'm learning how to do a little. I'm doing a little better with the noonday. I'm already an hour in. For those of y'all who missed it, note that it's going to be posted up on Facebook, YouTube. Again, the YouTube channel. I'm gonna put it in now. And if anybody have any questions while I'm putting this in here, then do so. This is the best time because I'm looking at the screen now. I'm going to put it up. I'm looking at the screen now, and I'll be able to see questions. Greetings and to everybody. Hey there, Ruby. You got our people. Hey, man, you got my classmates and family. Man, y'all tune in. This is y'all time. I guess I should have known that because it's the lunchtime break. But I'm gonna put in the channel. I believe I put in there. I'm gonna put in the cash app for those who want to donate for the good cause and the things that I'm doing. And then if you want to be able to send a donation, that's fine. And you want the address, then inbox me. That I am in Facebook. I'm in the Facebook is Felicia and Jordan, and underneath it'll say Dr. Chef Felicia. And no, I did not give myself that label. Y'all did. My people did because of the cooking and the chef. But I am also still will be Felicia Ann because I love the name that God blessed my parents, my grandmother, to give me because I finally found out what it meant. And it's important that you all find out what yours mean. And if it's something negative, then I promise you, if you bring it to me, I'll most definitely be able to find some good in it because that's the way it's supposed to be. Don't let yourselves be caught up in taking in information that's not good for you, that kills the spirit. Don't allow Satan to play mind games with you with that. And some of y'all need to get rid of. I'm feeling mad to say this. Some of y'all need to get rid of them nicknames that y'all know that's not good on the mind. That's not good for you. I remember they used to call one of my brothers Stinky, and to this day, that's all he talk about. Even though he's 40, and I say that because he don't do this social media stuff, but it don't matter because I'm big sister. What he gonna do? Used to call him Stinky. And it was because his bowel movements smelled so bad as a child. But who want to be called that once by the time you hit the teenager? Come on now, y'all. Y'all, we gotta do better than that. They might want to now, did his bowel movement still smell when he got to a teenager? Yes, it did. So did the name fit? According to the action in the restroom, it did. But that's not what a young man needs to be being called for the rest of his life. So even with the names that you are accepting, the titles that you're accepting in your life, you all just know these things have a tremendous effect on the mind. And you don't want to give nobody that type of power over you. And if they decide that they're going to say, oh, whatever, because I know there's family members that say, oh, whatever, you're always going to be this. Okay, Sister Eden, Dr. Chef, what water, spring or distilled, should I consume? Well, unless you got a fresh spring of water that is not loaded with parasites and things of that nature, that is high in alkaline, then the spring is fine. Unfortunately, most of us don't have that, Sister Sandra. And distilled water, yes, it is just plain stripped water. It does not provide any minerals or anything, but it is most best used when you are adding. It will consume, water holds. It inhabitates whatever you put in it. So just like now where we're in a smoothie and the shake for face and the juice, and if you add water to it, then whatever is already in there, that's what would be. Even in the bath water, you put your body in there, now it's got your DNA, your cells, your dirt, your everything inside of that water. So distilled water is best used not by itself, but you can make it into alkaline if you extract the lemon or lime or any type of citrus fruit at that point in that water. It's what I would recommend in order for that to become a fructose drink there that the body needs in order to rejuvenate it. Shake it up and don't make it cold. I know it's challenging in the summertime. A lot of us want cold, but keep in mind, if you have high blood pressure and constipation of any sorts or migraines and you're taking in super cold drink, it will freeze up the blood vessels. They're so tiny, you all. Sometimes I wish that we could see, and in some cases you can. I believe they will be making a device real soon, and I'm not just talking about a blood pressure cuff, to where we will be able to see what's going on in our bodies every time when we drink and we eat something. Now I just put it out there. So it's going to wind up manifesting. So you all can see that no, we're not supposed to use cool water. Cool or room temperature is what you're supposed to be drinking, because that also helps break down the food that you're eating prior to, and helps to the water waits as pressure and it softens the stool, and it will have help you to get a good elimination. So that's important. I like the internal when you recommended it. The internal. Oh yeah, me too. Yes. Yep. I'm always trying different things, you all. And believe it or not, it's so smooth that yes, I will be taking that internal water to the scientist come this weekend and having him to look over it. And if I get back some bad news about that water too, then y'all should just note this. I'm going to be honest enough to tell you all. I ain't gonna hold back. It ain't gonna take nothing off of me. That's just because I shared it. I know what it tastes like, what it do, but how